This is the podcast for December 26, 2019.
It's our worst of 2019 podcast.
So, happy late Christmas. Hope you had a good one.
Yeah, hopefully everybody had a wonderful Christmas.
So
now we kill time till New Year's.
Here's what I've been doing with our podcasts for this. These are featured in chronological order.
Oh, great.
So you will go through 2019 with us if you start here and then you listen to the podcast all the way through. And so these are podcasts from January of this year in which we discuss New Year's resolutions. The RetroPie.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I spent a ton of time with that. We talk about Erik's need for emotional support regarding his computer, the Christopher Robin movie, compulsive buying disorder, and Nikki went through a couple of days where deodorant was not a big,
The rash of 2019. When I tried to have an organic deodorant because I wanted to choose that.
Podcast.
I actually threw them away.
Good for you.
Spoiler.
You did the right thing.
I couldn't handle it.
You did the right thing.
Oh, this will be a fun look back, but then also sad because, we still have these tendencies we keep doing throughout the year.
You'll see patterns emerge probably.
Patterns really start showing themselves.
So you guys enjoy the podcast and remember Worst of the Riot basically from now until January 3rd, I believe. So enjoy
the podcast.
Bye.
Just think, you spent an entire year listening to this. Here's to 2020. This is the Riot's Worst of 2019.
It is the Riots on RadioU. Now, I hate to start out the year like this.
First off, good to be back, guys.
Great to be back.
We missed you all.
Great to be back. But Nikki, you'll notice that I was like, hey, Nikki, what's your New Year's resolution? And you and I came up with egg water.
Yeah.
Which is
natural progression.
Yeah, that's going to be the next big whatever. But
the new coconut water.
Oh, yeah. This is the stuff right here. And the great thing is you have everything at home you need to make egg water.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So are you doing a resolution?
Finally, thank you.
Sorry, did I not ask you early enough?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nikki, are you doing a resolution? Yeah. I mean, I feel like...
You want me to reciprocate back to you?
I feel like it's polite.
Well, you normally do not, and you're normally more vocal about not doing it, and egg water took over, so I didn't feel like I could add that in there until now.
Normally I only do one a year, but I'm doing two this year. I'm doing egg water.
Okay.
And that egg water every day.
Every day.
In 2019. I mean, okay, every day that's left because
look it up.
1 and 2, January 1st and 2nd, I didn't have any egg water, but I got plenty of time to seize today. So I'm excited about that.
So are you actually doing one though?
Yes, I do have one.
You are?
I do.
Is it a real one or?
I'm pretty excited about it.
That makes me think it's not a real one.
You don't think it's going to be real?
I don't think. I think you're teasing.
You don't feel like it is? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I resolved during my break that when I came back, I was going to take less crap from my coworkers.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So you're going to get a new me in 2019.
A more authoritative OB?
Well, certainly someone that is, I'm not going to just go along anymore. Okay. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to say something.
Okay.
So when everybody's
and you did by wanting to say what your New Year's resolution is, since I forgot to ask you back.
This was my first step
in
towards
stepping up,
finally expressing myself.
Good. I felt like in 2018 we didn't hear enough of your voice.
Yeah.
Meaning standing up for yourself.
I was reading a book on vacation, and one of the things that it talked about was do you feel pigeonholed? You've almost been typecast in life. He's the funny one, but no one wants to take him seriously in different contexts.
And you ready to change that?
I'm changing everything. All right. Everything. I have a suit and tie in the closet that I brought with me. And when I'm head upstairs,
you're changing into that?
I'm going to put that on.
Now, do you guys notice the tone?
See,
there's just a slight tone to him.
But did you guys notice what Nikki did? She immediately is trying to push me back into that role.
No, because I think you're teasing.
Trying to push me back
you're not doing that.
She's like, oh, look, he's just having
a ha-ha laugh again. And if there's a suit and tie in there, it's because you had to wear it for something else and you forgot it in your car.
It could be. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just telling you, this is going to be, you know what, Nikki? This is my year.
Great. Okay, great.
This is
guess what? I'm in the car. Okay, I'm a passenger and we're ready to go.
This is my year.
Oh, great. How long is this one going to last?
I want to go around saying that a lot over the next few days.
Because people won't know that you're teasing and be like,
is my year.
And they're so excited for you, and they don't know that you're not making fun of that.
This is my year.
But you're being kind of that way.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. Here in a couple of minutes, I'll tell you how I'm going to show you. Like, it's already my year. You guys saw the way I stood up to Nikki. And there's one other thing I've already done. We're not even 3 days in.
And you're changed, man.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U. 877-2-RADIO-U.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
The riot's back in the house.
Yay. You just say it with that tone, then, you just psychs yourself up.
What am I supposed...
No, I mean, like, we're supposed to be like, yay!
Woo!
Even if we're not totally feeling it yet, you just, yay away.
Yeah, like I'm...
It's good to be back. Yay!
I don't understand. Like, I'm 1,000...
You're all in it.
Like, I'm 1,000% pumped right now.
Okay, that's good.
Nikki, let me tell you about something that I did in our absence. I got a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, did you eat the whole thing?
No, it's a tech thing.
It's Pi. It's a little Raspberry Pi board. It's a tiny computer. It's got 4 USB ports. It's got an HDMI out. So you can literally just plug it into a TV. And you can... It's a whole hobbyist market. It's fascinating.
You can basically just have it and then try to build it to then run this, run that,
right.
Like all these little things that it can control.
So a Raspberry Pi is like 2 by 3 inches. It's tiny. And I got a cool case for it that looks like a tiny Super Nintendo. And I spent hours and hours and hours, and I got it set up as a RetroPie, which means that it plays... basically any kind of game system you can imagine. It will emulate like that, and it is very cool.
It's cool?
It is. It took more work than I thought it would take to get it set up, but there's so much on the internet about getting it set up.
Sure. So can I ask this? Should we think of it as there was a lot of work to set it up, or should you not think of that anymore, and is this like a hobby where it doesn't matter how long it would take to set one up?
Well, that's kind of how I went at it. I was like,
do
hey,
you want to keep making these or are you done?
I don't know. Like, I may do, there are other things you can do with it that I'm interested in trying. But it was kind of one of those things where you're like, I need to start somewhere, and I need to start with something simple-ish. And so after doing some reading, like that seems to be the one that everybody talks about. Like, oh, you can turn it into this retro thing. So it'll play like old school Nintendo games or old Atari 26, like whatever you can think of as far as old school games. I mean, like there's a line at which it becomes too complicated to do. So I don't think it will do like the Nintendo GameCube, but it might do the Nintendo 64. I don't know. I haven't played with it that much. But I spent some time putting it together. It was one of those things that to me that when it was done, it was more fun to build than it was to like, I don't need 15,000 games on my like.
Well, that's why I wasn't sure. Are you ever going to build again?
I don't know.
Or did that just take care of it?
Well, remember I told you I got together with some friends on New Year's Eve, and I wanted to make sure it was ready for when they got there because I knew they'd get a kick out of it. And we ended up we watched movies, but it was definitely a retro game night of us playing a lot of really old school games, including everybody seemed to get completely sucked into Super Mario Brothers 2, which is... I mean, what is that?
Choice, but I guess
a million years old. I don't know if they'd never played it or what, but it was like that just turned into a thing where there was a lot of Super Mario Brothers 2. But that was fun. I mean, it's not as cheap as you think because the Pi was $35, but it comes with nothing. So like the case was $20. Now you're at $55. The power cable was $10. Now you're at $65. You need it, it doesn't come with memory. So $5 for an SD card. Now all of a sudden you're at $70 plus tax. And so it's not a quote unquote really expensive, but it's also not like, oh, it's $10. Who cares?
Sure.
Like, it was some money, but it was fun. Like I had a lot of fun making it and learning about it. And it was really nerdy. And that might have been my favorite part.
I think that's probably what you enjoyed the most.
I loved how nerdy it was.
And I think because we talked about it before Christmas, I think you enjoyed the fact that other people build more Raspberry Pi stuff still.
It was fun.
And there's a whole community. And They're very vocal.
It is quite an online community, but I had a great time with it.
Our New Year's resolutions include eating less sugar, spending less time on the internet, and trying to pay less attention to the riot. Oh, who are we kidding? None of these go hand in hand. This is the riot's worst of 2019.
Dude, I am getting the best series of text messages from one of my roommates ever right now. So here's
Are you
what
going to tell
happened.
the story?
Kind of. Like, down in our basement is a workout area. Now, in your mind, you immediately pictured me living on top of like a Lifetime Fitness or something. It has like one light that kind of works.
A treadmill, and that's about it.
Yeah, there's not a lot there, okay? Like, the money has been spent on other things in that domicile, but there is a space for that. So they're downstairs using this. We have an elliptical. My dad gave me a treadmill. I haven't installed it yet. It's doing what it did at his house, gathering dust in the corner. So that's fantastic. It's what you want.
These things continue.
Yeah.
From father to son.
Father to son, father to son, father to son. So I haven't done that, but we're on the elliptical, and he just texted me, okay, the elliptical sits right next to the water heater, which...
That's a grown-up thing.
That should give you an idea of just how spacious and attractive this workout space is.
That's not a piece of exercise equipment. You know, that is what runs the water stuff in your house.
That's right. That's right. So there is like a little spout on the water heater that I guess, like, if there's too much pressure, like it'll let off a little... not really steam, but like water. Like, water will come out of that. And so there's a little bucket at the bottom of it. No big deal. I hope that's normal, because that's what they told me to do when I installed it.
And that's what's happening. So.
Yeah. And so then the other day I noticed that water was getting full. And so I used a cup, and you can see where this is going, to like grab some water out of the bucket, pour it out. Fine, no big deal. And I just got hey, bro, what was in that cup?
So you didn't empty the cup.
I did empty the cup.
You did empty the cup.
So that's something. But I left the cup down there because I was like, well, what the heck? Like, it's a plastic cup. They make more than one of those. I'll just leave it here, and I can use it.
Does that mean it's like porous and it accepted the water heater water?
Right? Yeah. So I left it there, and they were like, what did you use this cup for? Like, I emptied this bucket with it. I just drank out of that. They thought...
Nice!
I was like, look, the good news is, like, you're gonna get really sick right now. But that cup has probably come in contact with every disease on Earth.
So it
like, you're
cancels
gonna be
itself out.
fine.
I think it'll cancel it out.
For now on. Like, you're going to be totally fine. For this is like the biggest vaccination you could ever get.
That's gross.
Straight from the water heater.
And they just drank out of the cup?
They drank out of it and said halfway through the cup, they were like, what is this terrible smell? The cup...
That's gross. That took it too far. It's that smell. You know, we know what that smell is.
The cup smelled really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah. The stagnant water smell.
I know.
Oh, boy.
It's fine, though.
Well, that'll wake you up, you know.
It's fine. No
it's
big
a new
deal.
year, and I bet you got some, like, vitamins from the hard water thing or from the water heater.
Something.
That you would never get on your own.
Something, yeah. I mean, it's great.
You
Don't
go
worry
to the
about
doctor, be like, I don't know if this works, but should I get a tetanus shot?
The
you guys don't know what I need.
They just send you home. They're like, you know what?
We're going to give you everything.
There's nothing we can do for you.
Oh, no, you're getting a shot.
Here, just take these pills. And what is that? Like, well, it's an antibiotic. It's the strongest we have.
No, it's the hard water pills. They give you one of those.
I think the answer to this thing is like, you should question a cup before you just grab it. Now, if you're grabbing a cup out of like the kitchen cabinet, yeah. But if there's just a cup that's out.
Near the elliptical, it looks like it was a workout cup.
So for all he knows, I was spitting in it. Like, man, when I work out, I get really worked up. I had to spit in it.
That's next. I don't know anybody that's doing that. And if you are, then...
I don't know it either, but that's the thing. It's like, who knows? Down there next to the water heater, singing Eye of the Tiger. You don't know what's happening.
I hope we, again, are here as a service to you guys to just let you know that you need to question almost everything.
Question everything.
And then that way you're not drinking water from the cup that was used to, with the water heater, get the old water, the overflow water out of the bucket.
I just imagine this happening to Nikki, and as we've discussed before, she becomes very calm.
Well, that's how my body copes. I'm not splitting into different personalities or like, I'm just not. I'm going to accept it, internalize it, hide it away, and it'll never speak of it again. It'll never come back up again.
Maybe the Riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the Riot on RadioU.
While we're on this relationship discussion time, Judge Obi's going to put the gavel down and put his white coat on because Dr. Obadiah has stepped in.
Come on in the building
to talk about some relationship goals and problems that I see happening here in this very room. Nikki, I received a text message from someone in your household.
Yes.
His name's Erik.
Yes.
I believe the two of you are involved in holy matrimony of some kind. Okay. And he was showing me a very nice build of an editing PC he would like to put together. Now, keep in mind, that's Erik's job.
Yes, he does. This is, it's not like a gaming PC. This is his editing machine.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't possibly play games with this equipment.
I bet you could, couldn't you? Your eyes. I take that as a yes.
You could play the best games.
You don't think that's what he's doing, do you?
I know it's not.
Okay.
He is, let me tell you something right now. He is a dedicated small business owner.
Yes, I know he actually is. And
you know what, Nikki? There's no small businesses, only small editing computers.
Now, if the bonus ends up being, some better gameplay, then that's fine.
That just happens along the way.
No, I've been hearing rumblings. He's been asking and talking about it for the last week. He wants to upgrade his computer.
Right, and new year, new computer. New
yeah,
you.
But whenever Erik needs something, it's never just, like for me, it's a lot of little things. But for Erik, we just go big. Like we have to go big.
Okay.
And they're very expensive.
Now, all right. I'm looking at I'm just spitballing the total here, okay? And we're looking at about...
It's like $1,000.
Well, yeah, but this list he sent me is about $850, okay?
$850.
All right. How much did it cost to do your hair and nails last month?
I haven't done my nails in forever.
Okay, then hit your hair.
My hair?
One hair appointment.
Oh, I only got my hair cut, so that was only $40.
Okay, but what does it usually cost?
It's a couple hundred.
Okay, so let's say it's $200 every time you go to the salon.
Sure.
Now, how many times do you go to the salon across a year?
About every 8 weeks.
Every 8 weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year, so let's say that's... 7 times, 6, let's make it 6 times.
6 times.
So let's say, I think 7, because, all right. So, because you said that'd be 56. But,
sure.
All right. So let's say it's 7 times. Times 200, that's 1,400.
Yeah.
Now, how much does it cost for Erik to get his hair cut?
That's not fair. His mom cuts his hair.
So then it's free.
It's free. So he's saving money?
Right. So
we can funnel it into that.
What I'm saying is that there is an expenditure gap. In your house. And so I don't know if Erik would appreciate, or let me rephrase this. I don't know if you would appreciate Erik applying the same level of, frugalness.
Frugalness to my
your
hair.
Trips to the salon.
Well, it's not fair because I don't.
Why is it not fair?
I don't want to be a brunette, and so I want to be a blonde, and I need to do that. So
well, Erik doesn't want to live in a world where he has a Core i7.
So what's he
in order to do that, he's going to have to get an i9, which that's
i9.
You know what, Nikki? That's going to cost.
Yeah,
these are real costs.
I found out about that.
I
told him he can go ahead and get it. I mean, and it's not like he needs my permission. It's just. We check with each other.
Sure. So,
So I think he's ordering them, and then he's going to have them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. But the thing is that it's not just enough for him to have them. I need you to want him to have them.
To be excited about it?
I need you, and don't be excited because he wants you to be excited. I need you to be excited because you're actually excited.
So, like, when I want someone to notice when I do get my hair done, right. I should be the one to notice when his computer has been redone?
Yeah, that's right. And you should go downstairs and, make sure you compliment everything. Don't miss anything.
Don't miss it. But it'll look the same on the outside.
Will it?
Unless he's getting a new case, which I didn't see.
Well... that's maybe you should just be willing to go sit with him while he builds it.
Oh, No, thank you. Okay. I don't want to sit there during that.
Feels like a double standard, but it's fine.
He doesn't sit with me when I get my hair done.
Yeah, but you don't want him to.
Well, yeah, and I don't think he wants me to sit there while he builds his computer.
Have you asked him?
Well, I'll check then.
Okay.
All right, Judge Obi.
No. Dr.
Obadiah. Dr. Obadiah
has stopped in to help you and give you some relationship advice because I feel like we're right on the verge of...
You're right, though. It's a new season for a lot of people. So
right.
A lot of people need to upgrade certain things, and it's time.
That's right. I need to not hang out with Erik because I don't need to upgrade.
I know. You're going to end up with a new graphics card if you don't watch it.
Erik's bought new monitors. I get a new monitor. Erik buys a new graphics card. I get a new graphics card. But you know what? We're not upgrading.
Sure. Are you sure?
We're not.
Because once you find out how nice it is.
No, I'm good.
Just because we're approaching a new year doesn't mean that it's going to change. Actually, if anything, it means the opposite. This is the Riot's worst of 2019.
Have you ever had somebody complain about you? I can tell you that I have. And sometimes when people complain about you, you're just like, you know what? It's fine. Like, I'll get over it, whatever.
It doesn't bother you, but sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does. Like, sometimes a good complaint, like, really cuts to the core of who you are, and you just have a hard time letting it go. I can think back over several incidents in my life that if I'm, like, every once in a while, they'll come back up, and I'm like, ooh, no, I forgave that person. And I'm not going to hold this against them.
I'm still obviously remembering it. But...
I'm forgiving them again right now, even as I sit here. And that is something that Heather could have really learned. Heather is 42 years old, and she is a substitute teacher in a school district in Florida.
Philippi Shores Elementary in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm. So there was a complaint, something, and the teacher, she was complained against. The principal had to act. She was very unhappy with the way the principal reacted to a complaint. And so she decided she needed to do something about it.
So get what she does.
This is amazing. She found out that the principal's daughter was having her birthday party at a nearby park.
So Urfer Park, which if you've ever done a party at like a public park, you rent the space or you have it reserved for a certain time. So she found out that this girl's birthday party was at a certain time at a certain part of this park.
Yeah. So she found out what time it was. She went over there very early in the morning. And people going by said they saw her wearing a mask and gloves, and she seemed to be spreading something around in this shelter.
The picnic tables and the grill. The grill.
She rubbed human feces all over the tables and the grills at the park.
Of the young girl's birthday party.
So that way when they showed up to have the birthday party, it wasn't going to work out.
What are they doing? So they said that they had to replace the tables and the grills, so the total was $2,310. And they're investigating her, and she's been banned from the school in the meantime.
Well, sure. I mean, like, I feel like going into that, you know that if you get caught, it's over.
I would hope so.
Don't you think on some level, and I could be wrong about this, but don't you think she thinks it was all worth it? It was worth it.
Maybe in the heat of the moment, but there are so many other things you could have put to destroy or to cause problems with a party.
That would have not been so.
I just have no like it breaks down. My mind literally shuts down when I hear that someone did that with their own number two.
You know what I think?
Can't even accept it.
I think spreading it on the tables was a waste of time. I think your best bet would have been to
just the grill?
Just the grill. Because if they're planning on using the grills, and you know that for a fact, you have effectively ruined the party. But I feel like you could get in and out fast enough that nobody's going to know, what has happened. And it's like you get in there and you're almost setting up on the grill.
Sure.
You've decorated the tables,
you're ready
all
to
this
go.
stuff.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you can't use the grill.
All right, walk with me here.
Okay.
Now, she's got all sorts of problems that she needs to work out with.
Sure.
But I wonder if she's single and she could get together with that superintendent pooper guy.
Super pooper.
The superintendent guy from the other state.
He's in New Jersey. She's in Florida.
He went to the bathroom all the time at the high school, the neighboring high school place. What if it's like a love match?
Oh, my gosh.
They're obviously both very comfortable with that.
They are.
They could be dating.
You just blew my mind. It's perfect. They are perfect for each other.
I mean, Valentine's Day's coming, and we all need a special somebody.
Man, you know what? And sometimes it takes the national media to pull people together.
To bring them together. She's a substitute teacher. He was a superintendent. Both school district stuff. They know what's going on.
And Chuck says that if I would have done something like that, I would have gotten there when nobody would have seen me. So he's saying she needed to get there earlier than she was. Well, I will tell you, Chuck, I understand what you're saying, but I can also tell you that people go to parks really early. Like sometimes I'm at a park at 5 a.m. running. You can get spotted. Even that early.
Especially when you're wearing a full face mask and rubber gloves. You do tend to stand out.
That's going to get somebody's attention. Like, that lady's smearing something on that table wearing gloves. She's not cleaning it.
I think I'll call the police now, won't I?
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, was it yesterday or a couple days ago we found out that Venom... You know, the movie, it had made more money internationally than, I don't know, like a bunch of other movies. And they announced a sequel.
Yes.
Tom Hardy's back. The screenwriter's back. They're doing another one. So last night I went home with an intention.
To watch it?
Yes. And guess what?
Good intentions.
Bad results.
Bad follow through.
But you would probably think that I didn't watch anything, but you'd be wrong. But it's a little, it's a little weird, okay? So like I went home with the intention of watching Venom, and instead I ended up watching Christopher Robin.
Oh, I wanted to see that. Is it cute?
So good.
Is it?
It is so good.
The one with
Ewan McGregor.
That's the guy.
And it's basically Obi-Wan with Captain America's girlfriend.
With some cast of colorful characters.
Yes, and all of the, animals from Winnie the Pooh. I freaking loved it.
I never grew up watching Winnie the Pooh. Never liked it, but the trailer made them look just cute enough to where I was actually kind of curious, more of a grown-up take on Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. So I was wanting to see it.
I will tell you right now, probably the part about it, it's very funny, which I didn't expect, and it's not overly sentimental. I thought it was going to end up being like
Tug on your when
Toy
you were a kid
Story or something where you're just like sobbing and digging for your toys. No, it's not like that. It's different, but probably, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but the first 10 minutes of the movie, the way they go through Christopher Robin and how he grows up, absolutely, like, it completely blew my mind because they show you, like, Christopher Robin goes to World War II, and that there's something about that where you're like, oh yeah, that's really dark, but like, you gotta grow. This guy's got to grow up.
They got to grow the character up.
That's where he would have grown up, and so. But they do it in the style of the original Pooh books, which I actually like a great deal. As an adult, I've gone back and read them. As a kid, I watched the cartoon. As an adult, I've read the books. The books are wonderful. But this was
talk about the opposite, though.
Oh,
Venom on one side,
I know,
and Christopher Robin on the other.
You know what, Nikki? I haven't seen Venom yet, but you could probably argue that there are some similar things that emerge.
Oh, is there? It could be more similar to the story.
I could probably sit down and make some comparisons, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen Venom yet.
Sure. Well, I'm glad you saw something.
It was good. And Nikki, you would love it because you've never been a Winnie the Pooh fan. Mm-hmm. That's all about to change.
Is it? Well, I wonder, but again, I wonder if it's just because of this take. Am I liking it more?
I'm not saying you're going to go back and watch a bunch of Winnie the Pooh, but I'm telling you what, there is something about Winnie the Pooh in this that you will identify with intensely.
Sure.
And it's not the honey.
It's the bear part.
It's the balloon.
Oh, no! Man, I love balloons. That's the way to my heart, a bear and a balloon. Forget flowers. It's just a balloon.
When I watched it, I was like, I can't believe Nikki hasn't watched this yet.
I didn't know there was balloons.
How has Nikki not seen this yet?
I was going to get it.
Pro-balloon, pro-bear film.
Yeah, that's totally me. It's everything about me. I was going to get it for a Christmas Day, like, Amazon deal, but I ended up buying it.
And I know what you're thinking. Like, Obadiah, how can you even admit to liking that? You're like a child. Are you a child? Are you a woman? You know what? I loved it. I loved it. It was very funny and really creative. And I think well done. You could argue maybe a little saccharine and maybe bludgeoning its point a little intensely.
But Venom's doing that too.
It actually
So, I mean, like every movie does that.
They do. It's just the only time you feel like a movie is being a little too preachy or unrealistic or whatever is when it's not your kind of movie.
True.
So, but when you're watching Avengers Infinity War, you're like, we must sacrifice everything. Like, that is also a message that they're trying to teach you.
But you can't help but love it now that I found out there's a bear and balloons in it. So
seriously,
my evening is, maybe my weekend is planned.
Seriously, you would love it.
Aww.
You would love it. And I could totally watch it again. And I am going to watch Venom this weekend.
Okay.
But I have zero regrets about watching Christopher Robin last night. Yeah, it was really good.
There are some parts of 2019 that are better to be left in the past. This is one of those parts. This is the Riot's worst of 2019.
I must be an eavesdropper because I feel like everywhere I go, I'm hearing conversations. Which, I mean, you do, but sometimes you hear a conversation and it kind of pulls you in and you're like, oh, gosh.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was listening to this person talk and they were talking about how, everywhere they go, people just immediately judge them based on how they're dressed and how they look and where they're from. They're like, yeah, because I'm from a certain place. They just assume that I'm this way and I'm going to act that way and they won't help me. And it really, I mean, dude, I just wanted to go over there and be like, listen, you're a person and I respect you and I will help you. What do you need help with? Tell me. I will help.
Well, that's why they're talking about it. They wanted someone to show them some love.
But Nikki, as someone who doesn't go to the movies alone, you may not know this, but there are times when it's not appropriate.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I was sitting over here, but I heard everything you said. And oh, my gosh.
I can't help but come over here and just give you a hug.
But I heard that. I've actually been praying for her today because I keep thinking about it. But, listening to that, I guess in hearing that, I wanted to tell her, and she had a friend with her that she was talking to. She wasn't like talking alone or reading her journal aloud. And I would just say, if you ever feel that way, you're like, man, people are always judging me based on how I look or how I'm dressed or where I'm from. I want you to know one of the amazing things about God is he straight up says, look, everybody else looks on the outside, but I see your heart. God sees past everything. If you think that nobody sees you for who you are, I can tell you that there is one person that absolutely sees you for who you are. And here's what I love too. You might be on the other end of this. You might be really well liked. You might be really well loved, but you're afraid if people saw you for who you really were, then like they would hate me. They wouldn't like me. They wouldn't whatever. And guess what? Even for you, God sees who you are and you think it's so terrible. He loves you. God loves you right where you are. He 100% accepts you. Like, is he going to spend time with you? Will you find yourself changing because you spend time with him? Yeah. I mean, God helps me with stuff that I'm going to be honest. Like, if you saw 100% me, you might be like, oh, that part's not so great. You know what? God sees that part too and loves that part anyway, accepts it, helps me with it, whatever. You're not alone. You don't have to face today alone. And if everybody in your life doesn't get you, just know there is one person that does. And when you've got that one person that does, it makes it easier to deal with a lot of the other people that aren't seeing you for who you really are. If you don't have a relationship with God, don't do this by yourself. Just say, Jesus, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to know what it's like to be loved. Show me. Man, what a great place to start. Like I said, you're not doing today alone. You're doing it with somebody who sees you for who you are and loves you.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
Man, the ESA is heating things up. Like, man, the ESA, are you talking about the Extreme Socialization Agency?
Are we talking electronic sports?
No, we're actually talking about the European Space Agency. Nikki, yeah, but wait for it. They say that by 2025, they want to start mining the moon.
Uh-huh.
So you could be mining there.
Didn't think we were supposed to. I thought we all were okay with just leaving it alone.
No, I think we're allowed to mine there. So, I think that's a thing. And you know what? Here, think about this right now. Okay. Let's say that you are either starting or have just started
my mining career.
I was going to say your college career, but okay.
College career, okay.
It's not too late to start looking into various geological something rocket sciences.
Oh, no, you have to do that and astronaut stuff.
Yeah, but you're going to be the world's best deep core driller.
I don't think most of us qualify for the astronaut program or the mining stuff too.
All right. So
not to think ill of our generation, but I just don't think we've been, you got to focus on that stuff early where I want to be an astronaut. And then normally that just goes away and you become what you become.
Right.
We needed to be more dedicated back then.
No, I hear what you're saying. I really do. But the thing that I'm saying is that now's the time. Like you put down the Oreos and you pick up the physics textbook.
To go back to that.
Or something. And, you get started. Like you could be mining on the moon.
Don't have that passion for it.
Nikki, okay.
I want to have that passion for my job. Well, wait. Let's talk salary, though. Do I get more because it's such an extreme job?
First off, why does everything have to be about you? I mean, you just immediately
I should go
immediately went to
change my career and
me.
Go to space and start mining things.
I know, but okay, maybe not for you, but think about all the young whippersnappers out there
who want to do that,
who have a future in space mining. I'll bet it'll pay super well.
Can't you send a robot up and we control it from here?
Or we could do it with clones like that movie Moon.
Ooh. And then you're like, you find out your clone's here on Earth because it's more comfortable down here. And then you've managed to get up there and you can't get back.
I think that really is the plot of Moon. Like that.
Sounds like it. And you fall in love, but is it a real person or is it a clone?
I don't think there's any love in it.
Oh, there's no romance?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, you can fall in love even on the moon, which is a tagline if that was what was in the movie.
You know what? No, that's your Hallmark movie right there.
And then you mine and you're like, it's a diamond.
I made this. And
because, we live here on the moon.
Well, what if, you know what, though? We got to be able to shoot all of it in Vancouver. So what it is like... He's a moon miner that's on furlough and has to visit a small town where his parents own a bed and breakfast.
Yes, pretty much.
She's a high-powered attorney who's only in for the weekend. But a snowstorm keeps the moon shuttle from leaving on time.
And then they have a date where they go out and just look up at the moon.
Will gravity hold down this romance?
Oh, my gosh. And then he realizes he loves her more than the moon and didn't think that was possible.
Or do you think she agrees to go with him back to the moon?
To go back?
Mm-hmm.
No, they end up doing the crisscross thing where they were going to. And so
she bought her moon ticket and he told
stayed,
his boss he quit.
And they didn't know each other, so they'd have to meet up later.
Yeah. Well, Nikki, there's a lot of possibilities here. We're just throwing them around. And back to the actual news, the European Space Agency says by 2025 they want to be mining on the moon.
Oh, I'm more interested in what we just did.
Well, Nikki, we're producers.
Yeah, we're more along those, not actually going up.
I know, it seems bad now, but I'm sure one day we'll be able to look back at this and laugh. Who are we kidding? No one will ever laugh at this. This is the Riot's Worst of 2019.
Sometimes, though, you guys text hurtful things. And Aaron just sent me an article. He says, Obi, I think you have CBD with movies.
So is that compulsive?
Compulsive buying disorder. Says, how do you know if you have a shopping addiction?
You have your bell ready in case there's something that you feel resonates with you concerning CBD.
All right, Nikki, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, there are 5 signs that you have CBD. Now, keep in mind that compulsive buying disorder is not, it's not listed as an addiction, but it does appear to share certain characteristics common in addictive disorders. Now, this according to Psychology Today, the article that Aaron sent us, okay? Sign number 1. Impulse purchases. Compulsive buyers often purchase things on impulse that they can't do without.
Only during weekdays if you do compulsively buy something.
When have you ever known me to compulsively buy a movie, though? Isn't it always that I've had my eye on it for a long time and that I've thought it through and I'm waiting on the price?
I'll give you this one. He is a watcher. He'll watch it until the price is low enough.
Until it gets to just the right place.
Except for random things every so often where you're like, oh, yeah, I'll buy this.
I can't think of the last...
What was your Star Wars thingy from Christmas that you didn't end up getting? What was the thing?
No
the
joke.
Toy.
Like I don't remember. The TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter, yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't a movie.
No,
and
but
we're talking
I'm just
about
saying
movies here. Yeah, so I mean, like that's
different.
Totally
topic.
different.
All right, next one.
All right, number 2. Like maybe that one's an in between. We're riding the line. Nikki and I, we have been unable to
pinpoint an exact yes or no on that.
Okay, buyer's high. Compulsive shoppers experience a rush of excitement when they buy.
Yeah.
There's something to that.
Yeah, especially when it's movies.
Okay.
And you've been waiting for the price to be perfect.
Yeah, and I do get excited when the price finally drops, and I'm like, yes!
You're very excited.
Well, I love it because, one, like, I managed to hold out. I'm like, yeah, showed you guys. You don't get all my money, just some of it.
And you got the movie, too, so it's like a double high.
Number 3, shopping to dampen unpleasant emotions.
I don't think so. They said like for loneliness, lack of control, lack of self-esteem. I don't think so. I think it's more the buyer's high.
Yeah, I'm looking for the high, but I'm not trying to avoid the lows.
No, I don't think so.
Number 4, guilt. So wait, that means we're at an and then one yes and one no.
One no, okay.
So like right now we're just riding the line.
Right.
All right, we got 2 left. Number 4, guilt and remorse. Purchases are followed by feelings of remorse.
I would say yes. You do get remorse.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Not always about the movies, because you really were looking at which ones you wanted to buy for a while, but on other things, maybe.
Okay. And then number 5, the pain of paying. Paying with cash is more painful than paying with credit cards. The main psychological force of credit cards is that they separate the pleasure of buying from the pain of paying. So they say that this is where your CBD, this, what is it again? Compulsive buying disorder is more likely in countries where credit cards are a thing.
Gotcha.
So like if you had cash, you'd be way less likely to buy it. I would say, yeah.
Right in line.
Probably like right. I think I'm right on the line here because, well, but here's the hard thing is like it's something that I like to do. So, but what separates liking to do something from compulsively doing something? Wouldn't compulsively be that you cannot control yourself? And don't I exhibit self-control every single day when I look at the iTunes sales list and I don't buy anything? You
do, but I think because it's always a struggle and it's always around. But then these people with this study, they're not spending 3 to 6 to 8 to 10 hours a day in front of, the internet having a chance to look at stuff.
It's hard, guys.
Yeah, but it's for our work.
Yeah.
I think you're okay. But I think that high one, that's your thing right there.
I get excited. But the funny thing is, though, is like I get excited about the movie, but I get excited about the deal. The deal.
Yes, you do.
But it's fine. I know.
It's not a problem. It's not like this. This is too much.
I'm fine. I'm fine, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. He's fine. It's no big deal. He's fine.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
One of the best things that you can do today is to text Nikki and not go up and talk to her.
Gosh, what's wrong with me?
I don't know what is wrong with you.
No, actually, I know what it's coming from.
Really?
I forgot my deodorant again today.
This is day two of Nikki not wearing deodorant.
So here's what this is. So KonMari, Marie Kondo, the organization stuff, you're supposed to put a lot of your things like in little baskets. And so you have little sections. And I know exactly what this is. I took a lot of my stuff that I do in the morning and I put it in a little basket next to my sink.
Okay.
It used to be in my medicine cabinet, which is to the left, like on the wall.
So you're saying you open that up and take all your drugs?
Yeah, I would like put makeup on or like spray or something. And so my deodorant is in the medicine cabinet. It's on the wall to the left. I have not put that in my day-to-day basket. Everything else is now in the basket. And so that's why I've been forgetting my deodorant.
So you run through the basket, but no deodorant.
But I'm not checking the medicine cabinet, which is where my deodorant is. And apparently I just don't remember that in the morning until later.
Have you noticed more flies seem to be following you around?
No, I don't smell or anything. I didn't smell yesterday when I finally got home to put it on.
Not that you could smell.
I don't know what it is. Like, it's uncomfortable because I have 2 shirts on today. I have a shirt and a hoodie. And it just feels like my underarm is not smooth. And it feels so uncomfortable. comfortable.
You miss the kind of lubrication that's provided by deodorant.
And it bothers me. So that's why I remembered. I was just sitting here like, gosh, what is wrong? And then I remember again, I forgot my deodorant again.
No deodorant again. I'm
going to have to put it in the basket.
We're getting into habit territory now.
I know.
We're getting into the whole thing where Nikki's like, I don't wear deodorant because I don't want those chemicals on my body.
I need it. I need it just to feel comfortable. I am so uncomfortable.
So, well, why don't you just, if you want to maintain the lubrication without the smelling effects, get some like Vaseline or some other kind of product like that,
and just
rub it under your arms, and that way you'll be swish, 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 swish.
Wouldn't that like maybe clog the pores? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know if that'd be good.
I don't stink anymore, but I also have a horrible rash.
I know. It's like I can't move. I got with like some deodorant that I bought. It came with a free. You ever try those lip balms that come in like the little balls?
Let me ask you a question.
No, you haven't. I know you haven't.
What do you think?
It's a slightly bigger version, but it's deodorant. So you can put it in your bag, and then you just like roll it on. I need to put that in my bag. I need to. I need a work deodorant.
Boone says it puts the deodorant in the basket.
I need to put it in the basket. I don't know. Can you like go the day without? It's winter. Like it's not hot. Would I start? Can I not wear deodorant?
I mean, you probably can. Hannah says, Nikki, you should just keep some deodorant in your car.
Yes,
Boom.
I should.
You got to have emergency deodorant.
I need it somewhere. I was going to put it here, like in my desk.
Yeah, or maybe just set it out next to the box of tissues.
Well, I don't want to set my deodorant out.
This is Nikki's deodorant.
No one touch it, please.
No, I
That's personal. I feel like if not, I'll put it in a drawer in the bathroom here.
Does the morning basket lock the medicine cabinet is Jason's question.
No, it does not.
Lock the medicine cabinet?
I don't know why you would say lock the medicine cabinet, but I just haven't been going into the medicine cabinet because all my stuff is now in a basket, nice and neat, next to the sink.
Going into the medicine cabinet? How big is this thing?
You know, it's the ones on the wall.
Lord, is it an entire apothecary?
Huge. You
tell me, Nikki. Is it an entire? What do you call that again?
I don't want to say that word. I can't say that word.
Go ahead and say it.
I'm not saying it. It's bad enough I don't have deodorant on today, and I'm feeling a little off.
Okay, it's fine.
Just off.
Julia in Pittsburgh says, I have a work deodorant in my desk.
That's what I need. I need to bring one.
That's what you need. I'm pretty sure I still have one upstairs. Just for things like this. And Nikki, I smell and I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
So I've got deodorant all over. In fact, I've got deodorant buried outside. I've got in
case we get locked out and you need it outside.
I've got some stashed up under my bumper with a magnet on it.
I don't think I need that much, but I now need to bring in a work deodorant because this is the second day in the row I forgot that.
I want you to get on Amazon right now.
And just ship some here? Mm-hmm. I could do that.
Yeah, that way you'll just be set. Bridget says the cabin is technically a basket. It's a basket on the wall.
And I'm not looking in it. I'm not.
The only reason we're airing this is because most of our staff is on holiday break and we need to fill time somehow. This is the Riot's worst of 2019.
Girls, I use guys. I feel like I'm very
everyone.
I feel like I'm super outdated, but if I saw a group of girls, I'd be like, hey guys, how's it going? And some people will be like, the patriarchy!
It's wrong.
I don't know.
Just yell people. Hey people.
I was raised in a backwater, semi-suburban environment where I guess I'm still a product of my environment, and I'm sorry. But hey guys,
yes.
You need to go check this out. I just found the perfect Nikki present. And I just posted it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/RadioU. And I wanted to say thanks to Connor, because if it wasn't for Connor's text, we would have never gone down this road.
We haven't talked about porta potties and potty stuff in a while.
Haven't talked about porta potties, and he texted in about porta potties, and the next thing you know, hello.
It's just bad. Did you post the bucket, the toilet?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Did you see the price? Like the
$20?
No, 20 to what?
To $185, but that's that's if you're getting a 3-pack.
That's from different sellers.
So I mean, if you're getting a 3-pack, it's getting pricey, right?
So you could have a toilet bucket. Like if you, maybe because I don't go.
It's a 5-gallon bucket with a toilet seat on it.
Maybe because I don't go camping and I don't go hunting, I just can't even think about that.
It's perfect for you, Nikki.
Yeah, that's what I want. My birthday's coming up.
Throw in the back of the car.
Oh, inside the car. Maybe if you had a truck, it'd have to be outside. You can't even put that inside. Don't even.
If you're just out in the woods and nature calls.
You're supposed to try to hold it. And you're like, I can't. The more you hold it, the better you get at holding it. So you just have to really work at it.
Train those muscles. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Nikki's at home. You see her sitting there. What are you doing? Training.
It. Well,
I'm training right now.
Even though I'll stick up for the fact that does look cleaner and more comfortable than some gas station bathrooms, like if you're on a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe the bucket could be better.
Well, if you guys want to see it, and more importantly, probably have one sent to Nikki for her birthday.
If someone does, I'm going to not accept the package. We're going to return it.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We're taking it.
No,
and
I don't
I'll tell you
want
what
that.
else we're going to do.
What?
We're going to put it. I'm going to put it. Nikki has a credenza in her office because she's so important. She needs multiple pieces of furniture. And so
it was there when I came into the office.
And so I like to imagine us putting this right next to your
speakers and stuff.
Yeah, right there on your credenza. Oh, yeah. People walk in and you're like, don't. I want to bring people on tours.
And be like, she wouldn't keep working unless she got her own bathroom.
When Nikki got promoted,
she had a couple of demands.
There was a couple things she wanted. She wanted more vacation and a private bathroom.
And so this is how we had to make that happen.
So,
just don't bring it up. She's very sensitive about it.
Okay. You know what? I like what we're doing here. This is, we're doing the Lord's work here.
I don't know what we're doing here.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's the Riot on RadioU.
Saturday night, I was doing what I often do, and if you follow me on Instagram, it's Obadiah RadioU on Instagram. You already know what I was doing Saturday night. Hanging out at a gas station.
Well, why not?
Stopped in, got myself a soda because I was headed home to play the Anthem demo, which never worked.
So, question. Did you stop to just get soda, or did you stop to get gas and then went in to get soda?
That
one? Okay.
Yeah, and I got soda, and you know what? They had like a little lounge area, so I just sat down. Sat there, looking out the window wistfully, drinking my soda.
While your car was fueling up, or?
No, I was done. I just decided, you know what? Does anybody ever just sit here? They have chairs. They've got places to sit. I'm just going to sit here. And so I did. I just sat there with my phone, drinking soda, looking out the window, wondering where I went wrong. And
all the important questions of being at a gas station bring up.
Yeah. And while I was sitting there, I was like, I don't have any dinner plans. And I got a push notification from the Domino's app letting me know that for $5.99, I could have a large 2-topping pizza.
That means your local Domino's had extra dough that day.
No, what it means is that the Domino's tracker saw that I was sitting there at the gas station for too long, and they were
enough?
Like, this guy's vulnerable.
They got him.
Send the notification now.
So did you order a pizza?
Yeah, I did. And so I sat there for a couple of minutes, sipping my soda, and I was like, by now, surely the pizza will be ready. And so since I was still in the building, I went ahead and got topped off my soda.
Uh-huh.
And I headed out to my car.
And you tracked the pizza the whole time?
Yeah, the Domino's pizza tracker sent me another notification on my phone that said, your pizza is ready.
Ooh.
I was like, wow. Technology.
You and your soda walked on over.
Well, we drove.
Oh, okay.
And
well, walking in our world.
Yeah, so I drove on up to the window to get my pizza, and the guy was like, yeah, did you order a pizza? I was like, yeah, I did.
Look,
and
it's
then
done.
He goes, I actually did. I was like, according to the pizza tracker, my pizza's done and ready for pickup. And he came back to the window and he's like, yeah, we haven't even started your pizza yet.
Oh, gosh.
Boom! And
It's
there it was. How many times have I said on this show, in public, out places, that the Domino's pizza tracker is a lie?
It probably just has...
It's a lie!
It has its own time thing that it just knows, okay, 2 minutes in, it's here, it's there. So just lying to you, because normally maybe the Domino's is on track with it.
They are not tracking your pizza, friends.
Well,
they're not. They're lying to you. They are trying to make you believe, which, you know what? What else are they lying to us about then?
The pizza.
If they're lying to us about the pizza tracker, this is just the tip of the spear, the top of the iceberg. Down there somewhere, there are so many lies below the surface of Domino's. It makes me sick to even think about it.
You're not supposed to analyze all that. Just be
Nikki.
thankful for the pizza. So did it take? How long did it take then?
He's like, well, it'll take us about 15 minutes.
Well, boy, they really didn't.
Oh, no.
So what did you do?
I just sat in the parking lot and drank my soda, waiting for them to make my pizza. That's when I felt like a loser. Up until that point, hanging out at the gas station, I was low, but I wasn't that low. Ordering the pizza, low, not that low. Sitting in the parking lot, waiting for them to make my pizza.
A second time, a
podcast blaring in the background, me trying not to analyze the decisions that led me to that point. That's the bottom.
That was the moment.
And I want you to know, that's when I knew. Like, this is what it feels like to be lied to. This is betrayal. I'm betrayed.
This was the worst of the riots, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because RadioU exists, and RadioU only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.